What up? What up? What up? What up? What's good? Great morning to all of my people. Salute to the fam. Great morning, early morning. Come on in the room. YouTube, come on in the room. What's really good? It's your man. It's your boy. It's your cousin. It's that dude. It's your homie. It's OG. It's Big Unc. It's your big bro. VACAY in the building, family. What's good? What's good? Great morning. Great morning to everybody out there in the stratosphere, the atmosphere. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Yeah, family. Here we are. Here we are. I'm not going to hold you today. We are going to discuss the Shy Season 7 finale, Episode 12. And I'm going to give you my first reactions, fam. And I'm doing this super early. And before we get into all of that, family, went into my YouTube studio and they congratulated me on 10 years of spreading your creativity on YouTube. So it's been 10 years, family. So salute to VACAY-JayTV. 10 years on the platform, but 4 years, I'm going to say going on 4 years of, just really going hard with the recaps and the reviews and the celeb interviews, stuff like that. So it's going on 4 years that yep. Every time I start a live, everybody want to come through and hit me up. So fam, yeah, it's been 4 years, like I said, 4 years since we've been going hard with the recast reviews, the live streams, you know what I'm saying? But 10 years being on the platform. 10 years being on the platform. And salute to everybody that's been rocking with your boy. Shout out to all my VACAY VIP members. Shout out to all my VACAY MVPs in the chat, making sure my chat is good. And shout out to all the subscribers out there. Just hitting 19, we going on 20, 25, 100. You know what it is. All right. Look, I ain't going to hold y'all. We here to discuss the Shy, right? We here to discuss the Shy, right? And before we do that, if you look at the title, you'll see this is a spoiler alert, family. Spoiler alert. So this recap is for everybody that's already seen the Shy. If you've seen the season finale, then you know what's going on. I'm giving y'all a little bit of time because it's for the midnight crew, the people that stay up, watch it at midnight. I'm on the West Coast, so I watch it at 9 p.m. or whatever the case is. So this is a warning, family. Spoiler alert. I'm doing full spoilers in this one right here. So I'm giving y'all a little bit of a moment. Go watch it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Come back and see your boy. Go watch it and come back and see your boy. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like. Oh, there we go. Lighting on. My lighting is on now. Okay, it wasn't on before. I guess they got some new thing called lighting. Do I look a little bit lighter? So yes, spoiler alert, family. We're going to get into it. So first off, let's talk about my rating. Before we get into anything, let's talk about what do I rate the season finale, season 7 finale. My first reaction, I'm going to rate it a 8.5. I'm going to give it an 8.5. There were some things I wanted to see, but I didn't see. So I'm going to give it an 8.5. Drop your rating below. Let me know what you rate the season finale of the Shy, season 7 finale. But let's get into it, fam. Let's get into it. All right, fair warning, full spoilers ahead. All right, look, I'm going to talk about it off top. I'm going to be all over the place. We're not going in order. Shout out to everybody for coming through. Good morning, my guys. Salute. DeMarcus Vaughn. What do the girls call it? Your virtual co-host. My virtual guest co-host. That was cool. That's cool. Salute, man. What did you rate it? You said a 9. Okay, DeMarcus gives it a solid 9. I give it an 8.5 because there were some surprises that I expected, but then there was surprises that I did not expect at all. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it, man. First off, these numb nuts. These numb nuts right here. Look, man, like, I don't get how these guys are so smart. They supposed to be the OGs of the show. They street smart dudes and all of this and that. And these dudes get caught up in the ending, right? Now, you watched it. If you saw the whole thing, you know what I'm talking about. But now the cops is rolling up on Shad and mother freaking Victor at Alicia's house. Bruh. Like, I knew this was going to happen. I had a feeling as soon as they went there to go and see what happened as far as Alicia, right? This dude Shad going to the job and finding Alicia, okay? The way she was, I knew that these cops eventually would come and catch these guys up. You know what I'm saying? But look, I'm gonna come back to that. Let me come back to that. Give me your reaction to that, but I'm gonna come back to that. All right? All right, let's start where I want to start. Let's start where I want to start here. All right? Okay, we talk about that. Okay. Your man Nuck gets away again. Again, family. What is my reaction to this? I'm not happy. I'm not happy, man. This guy is a freaking weasel, dog. He's a weasel. But again, I gotta think about how Duda has gotten away many different times, right? Duda got popped, right? And he came back. Duda got caught up with this whole recording of Duda beating up Marcus on video. Vic sent him away, said never come back. Then he came back again. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, your man's right here is a freaking weasel, dog. This guy, he knows how to lie. He knows how to lie and get out of it all. You know what I'm saying? DeMarcus, my guy, says, I believe that Rashad and Victor will use their... Yeah. I was going to say that. Bro. I was going to say that. You just jumping ahead of me. I was going to say that. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. They do have alibis. Yes. And yeah, man, this guy, man, once again, escaping the clutches of being popped by your girl, right? Now again, DeMarcus, you did mention that your girl Roslin was gonna come back. You did mention she did have the strap. We didn't know who she had the strap on. And again, spoiler alert, what up, Steven? I see you. And I did not expect again, full spoilers, family, full spoilers. If you're just joining me, full spoilers. If you see the title, if you haven't seen the episode, go watch the episode, come back through. We talking full spoilers in the finale, season 7 of The Chi. I did not expect her to be the one to take out Alicia. Right? Because we talked about it. We talked about it the other day, right? We said, yeah, she's coming back. She may be you mentioned it, she may be pulling the strap out on Nuck. I felt like she didn't really have a motivation for it. But again, she did explain that, well, if Duda said if he was taken out, I was supposed to take out the person that unalived him. Okay, well, now that's a motivation, right? That's her motivation now because Duda said this is what she has to do if he gets taken out. It just took freaking 12 episodes. They just held it for 12 episodes for her to come back. She could have came back earlier. Right? So for her to come back, stick up your boy right here while he beating it down, clapping this girl's cheeks, right? And for Roslin to roll up on Nuck first in the bed, totally walk past Bakari while Bakari's working on his book. No dogs, no nothing, no whatever. Your band is smacking cheeks. And yeah, Bakari had a pretty good excuse talking about, yeah, he had his headphones on. You know, once again, the kid don't want to hear grown folks smacking cheeks, so he put his headphones on while he's working on his book. Even though I didn't see that while he was working on his book. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see that at all when he was working on it, when he was typing. I didn't see any headphones on, bro. But whatever the case is, your man lies again. This time you can't lie on an unalive man. He couldn't say it was Zay because Zay is gone. Alicia took care of him. So he put it on Alicia. So again, I did not see this coming. I did not see that Alicia was going to do what she did to, Roslin was going to do what she did to Alicia. You know what I'm saying? What up, Steven? Steven, you give it a 9. I see you. Steven says Reg and Damien and Nuck, they let them make it all the way. I know, bruh. Reg, I said though. I said Reg ain't gonna go nowhere. That's what I said. Nuck, I thought Nuck was out of here. I thought Bakari was out of here. Damien, I ain't really see him being out of here. I wanted him out of here though. I wanted him out. But Damien, I didn't think was going anywhere. Because the way they were setting it up. You know what I mean? But Nuck, I thought was out of here. Bakari, I thought was out of here. And they let him slide right through. Now the people that left, I was surprised, and I'll get into that. DeMarcus says, I knew Roslin Perry could eliminate Alicia and Nuck with Flip the Script. Okay, well, I remember what you said. You said that Roslin may come back and pop Nuck. I remember that. The Alicia thing you mentioned a while ago, and I still wasn't like convinced because I didn't see the motivation. But once Roslin mentioned the motivation, once Roslin mentioned the motivation as to what Nuck told her, if somebody take me out, you got to take out my person. You got to take out the person that took me out. Once she said that, then I understood the motivation. You know what I'm saying? Before I was just like, yo, she did. Nuck did her a favor. Now she the boss running this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. I was surprised, but I wasn't mad at it. I wasn't mad that it was Roslin. I wasn't mad because we was talking about Roslin for a minute. But this guy weasels himself away, and he lies to Bakari. You know what I'm saying? He lies to Bakari. Right? He said, yo, Alicia's unalive, right? So, he was trying to get his whole scholarship back so he can get this, that, and the third done, so he can finish up, so he can get his book out, so this, that, and the third, right? And your man Nuck, again, spoiler Phil, family, spoiler Phil. Your man Nuck lies to Bakari. So, so you know who took her out? That's what Bakari asked Nuck. Spoiler Phil, family. Hit the like button. Do you know who took out Alicia? And of course, this dude is like, nah. He knows who took out Alicia because he told Roslin Alicia took out Duda. Lied. You know what I'm saying? Lied. So, man, this dude weasels himself once again, and Bakari lives to see another day. All right. Now, again, this is what I was getting to earlier. Again, spoiler Phil, family, first reactions. Chime in below if you've seen it. Chime in below. If you haven't seen it, the finale, go watch it and come back. Yo, I was happy to see my man's with Shorty right here, Lori. You know what I'm saying? Shad, Lori, this is his alibi because, yeah, they got arrested at the end. But, again, she can vouch that she was with him. And also, Tiff can vouch that Victor was there delivering the baby. You know what I'm saying? So, they got an alibi, so I'm not really worried about them. I'm not really worried. They may get locked up, whatever, get questioned. Toussaint comes in, and then they just verify with Lori and Tiff. Yeah, I was with Shy. He cooked me dinner. We spent the night together. William. Victor was here with me delivering my baby in the elevator. Ask the nurses and the doctors. They can verify that he was here. So I'm not really worried about him. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And they going to give each other a chance. They're going to rock out. Now, your man, this is what I said. My prediction came true. I did say that your man's was going to figure it out. Your man was going to ask enough questions. Now, him getting arrested, right? We kind of saw that coming, right? I asked you guys the question, did Candace tell Alicia where she was because she was scared? She was texting Alicia, aka Terry. All right, if we got what's good. If we got weirdos in here, get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? DeMarcus, you up in here? You know what to do, fam. You know what to do with these weird comments, fam. Here comes the weirdos. All right, so Here we go where your man gets arrested by Tucson, right? And she just sitting in the car. He told her just sit in the car. He didn't say, yo, call me. Like, she's supposed to be the lookout. You supposed to, you know what I'm saying? How you sell on you. You supposed to have your sell on you. Like, I didn't get that. That to me didn't make sense. Like, you gonna tell Candace, yo, wait in the car. I'm gonna go up in here and rob, you know what I'm saying, and rob this spot. And it wasn't Alicia's spot. Somebody else the first time. So to me, it's like, what's the point of being a lookout if I can't warn you? But again, she was texting Alicia. Cops came, picked up Rez. Tucson like, yeah, I got you. You know, looking all in the car like, yeah, I finally got you. But good thing that your man Keith was thinking, and he asked Candace. You remember he asked Candace, yo, did he have a strap with him? And she was like, nah, he ain't have a strap. He just went up in the spot, da 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 da. So that, I guess, gave him a lesser charge, right? That's what Keith is saying. Well, he can't get charged with armed robbery, right? He can't get charged with armed robbery because he didn't have a strap. But he just got charged with robbery. So I guess it was the lesser charge. You know, told, yo, tell me where his stash is. I'll get the money. We gonna get him out of jail. That's how he got out. You know, but again, we didn't see the reaction of. We just saw her. Tucson talking to Alicia on some like, yo, congratulations, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to deliver Nuck to my door because she's like, yeah, Nuck took out my son. Now, again, we know that Tucson lied and said, if you give me Reg, I will deliver Nuck to your door. And now that she got Reg, she's like, well, I can't be involved if I give up my CI. That was foul of Tucson to do that to Alicia because she promised her. She said, yo, if you give me Reg, I'm going to deliver Nuck to your door. And now she backed out like, oh, I can't give up my CI. It'll be bad for my job. I may lose my job. Man, Tucson, you ain't no good. You just wanted what you wanted. You used Alicia. You used her to get close to Candace, to find out where they was robbing stuff. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. Wild stuff, yo. Wild stuff. I see your comments coming in. We got a lot of comments coming in. Hit that like button, fam. And absolutely, if you want me to read your comment, and I will be reading a few comments, but you want me to highlight your comments, go ahead, send that super chat so I can highlight and read your comment. Because we got a lot. I know we're going to have a lot of comments coming through. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the VACAY VIPs. If this is your first time here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Now, again, your man's robbed Alicia as we predicted he would, right? And he went up in there, got the coat and the whole nine, and gave the coat to your girl Candace. I hope she ain't stupid enough to wear that in public. I really hope she don't wear that in public, like no time soon. Like everybody know that's what Alicia was doing. You know what I mean? So let me see here. Yeah, man. So, you know, I mean, your girl, I'm looking forward to seeing more of Nora and Shad. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, this is what they doing. They moving out a lot of folks. I'm going to get to who they moved out. I'm going to get to everything. Trust me. This is a spoiler-filled live, family. So if you haven't seen it, go watch the finale. Come back through. Hit the like button before you leave. Hit that like button. Tap the screen if you're on your phone. And we're going to get into it. All right, we're going to get into it. But I'm looking forward to more Shad, more Nora. And we're going to see how that goes down. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see how that goes down. Yeah, man. Shorty came back. DeMarcus, you predicted it. All right, man. Let's talk a little bit about it. I was not expecting this right here. I was not expecting. Of course, we expected that Jada was going to go. We knew that was going to happen. I knew, you know, I predicted either 11 or 12 she was going to be out of here. But I was not expecting for Tracy to be like, yo, I'm leaving the shop. Now, you know how I feel about Tracy. Those people that know me, they know how I feel about Tracy, B. You know what I'm saying? That's my shorty right there, you know? Like, even though she be picking the wrong dudes, street dudes, I was not expecting her to go. But then again, it's like, okay, what's the real purpose of her being here? Like, I think her character served the purpose. She's been on for like, what, how many seasons? I mean, it's 7 seasons right now. She's on at least 6 or 7 of those seasons, right? She's been around for a minute. You know, for a while we didn't see her. I think the season where Kesha got abducted, I don't think I remember seeing Tracy in that season. But she's been very intricate. That's her best friend. If her best friend is going out, then she might as well go ahead and lead the shot too. It's just unfortunate because I like looking at Tracy. You know what I'm saying? But we won't see a Charles or Tracy situation no more. Because if Charles is staying, which we didn't see Charles in this season finale, we didn't see him at all. So we're not going to see a situation between these two. Keith and her are done. It was just a fling. They was just messing around. Keith was just a person that kind of brought her, back into being out there on the street. And yeah, Tracy gonna be out of here. You know what I'm saying? So Jada, rest in peace. And Tracy gonna be gone. So once you leave the shy, we ain't gonna see you. We not gonna see you, fam. We not gonna see you. All right, look, we called this. I called this. I said, yeah, are they going to get back together? Yeah, they got back together, which I like. Your man is in full form now. He got humble, and she's liking where he is right now, and now they moving in together. They also talked about Papa and Kenya getting back together, and Zeke, he don't mind that either. You know what I'm saying? He cool with that. He's happy about that, and I hope things work out. Of course, they're going to put some conflicts up in there. He still got Zay's strap. So we still got the issue of that, right? He still got Zay's strap, right? So they're going to get back together. They're going to move in together. She got house rules. You can come, go to and fro. Just let me know when you coming, when you going. He's like, I'm cool with that. He wants to get back with the family. That's cool. And he's cool with, what's up? What's up? I see y'all Shade in the City. My Shade in the City girls, salute, salute. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. I see y'all soon. I see y'all soon. Yeah, man. So I'm happy they're going to get back together. I kind of saw this kind of being developed, and I like the fact that they're going to try to make it work. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, this also is a lesson to everybody that, yeah, just because things ended pretty bad, you know what I'm saying? It's possible, levels of reconciliation, man. Reconciliation is possible. It's possible. It's not always possible, but, sometimes life happens. You get humble. You come to the realization. And when two people are kind of reasonable about things, and it wasn't a crazy, crazy, stupid break, even though she cheated on him, and you basically could say he cheated on her because he put the church before her and the family. That's why she did what she did. You know what I'm saying? Not justifying what she did, but two wrongs don't make a right. And it's good that they gonna get it back together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what it is. That's what it is. Okay. We talked about this weasel right here. Weasel. Okay, let's get to it, man. We had two bursts, man. Two bursts at the same time. Remember, family, this is TV, okay? I mean, the likelihood of them having a baby at the same time, in the same space, if this was reality, it doesn't usually happen that way, right? But this is TV, and this is the season finale, so they waited to the end. Tiff running around trying to get a picture of Rob, delaying going to the hospital. Yeah, this is not her first rodeo. She act like she had mad kids. She had one child, fam. One kid. She had EJ. She act like she had mad kids. You know what I'm saying? She had one son. We still ain't find out what happened to EJ. Y'all let me know what y'all feel about that. We haven't seen EJ at all. We haven't seen a mention of EJ at all. Okay? But anyway, back to the matter at hand. Here's the first reaction. So, of course, they're in traffic and they get stuck, and your man is like, yo, if we ain't have to get the picture, then we wouldn't have to worry about it. He got the picture of Rob, and she like, do something. They finally get to the hospital. They go up the elevator, and they get stuck in the elevator. Now, again, did you see this coming? Did you see this coming? I didn't see them getting stuck in the elevator, but I knew that based off of the picture that we had a while ago when I had the exclusive pics, and your man, the man is looking up. Your man Trigger's looking up. It looked like he was delivering the baby. So I did predict this. I think some of y'all did too. And yeah, that's what happened. You know, they had a doctor over the intercom or whatever in the elevator, and they walked them through it. And your man was right there to catch that baby and to deliver that baby. You know what I'm saying? So proud moment. We knew it was going to happen. We had a feeling it was going to happen. Nuck is nowhere in sight, you know, and, you know, he brought out the picture too. So, I mean, your man Victor's a good dude, man. Your man Victor's a good dude. I don't know why my computer turning on. Your man Victor is a good dude. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it was good that he was there for her. He said that he was going to take care of her. And he did, fam. He definitely did take care of Tiff in the clutch, you know? So it is what it is, man. And they named, you know, she named the baby Rob, right? She named the baby Rob. And your boy was right there. It is what it is. And then we had another birth. But this time we had a home birth, right? Your man was right there. Your man Emmett, Kesha. She's like, it's time. He's going crazy. He doesn't know what to do. She's like, listen, I need it calm. I need it cool. You know, this is her second baby, right? She had Ronnie. This is her second baby. She wanted it peaceful. You know, your man Emmett has never been at the labor part. So he was excited. He was like, you telling me to calm down? And she's like, yo, just chill, son, chill. So I thought it was cool that they had the baby at home, right? They had what they call a lady, that's kind of coaching them through it and telling them to push and all this and that. What they call a midwife? Is that a midwife? I forgot what it's called. But yeah, man, it was good to see this happen, man. Your man was right there, comforting her, getting her through it all. You know what I'm saying? Emmett stepping up. He's been stepping up as a man in the past few seasons. And now, you know, they finally together. They finally, you know, locking in with each other. And yeah, man, I thought this was real cool. And yeah, they had the baby, man. But the most touching part was the fact that Jada, as she is on her way out about the transition, that she wanted to be there. She, you know, they was like, yo, she didn't want to go out and not see the baby. You know what I'm saying? She didn't want to go out and not see the baby. So Damien, instead of telling Emmett, he went over there, helped Darnell get Jada to come to the house. They delivered the baby, and Jada was able to see the baby, man. And she said, what's the name of that baby? Fam, you already know. I know you had your tissues. Don't play. Again, this is Spoiler Filled, family. If you haven't seen it, go and watch the season finale. Come back here. Before you leave, though, hit that like button, tap the screen, and bounce on out. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, man. Okay, everybody up in there. That's what's up. Again, Spoiler Filled. If you've seen it, drop your comments below. If you haven't, tap the like button. Go watch it. Come back. So, man, look, what's the name of the baby? Your man Emmett said Jada. All y'all thugs out there, y'all know y'all was like, this is what it sounds like when the thug. I know your eyes was wet. I know your eyes was watery. I know your eyes was sweating. I know y'all was touched by this, man. Damien there with Zuri, Emmett, Kesha, Jada, Darnell. Man, and the baby Jada. Touching moment, fam. Touching. Again, shout out to Lena Waithe. Shout out to the Shy for doing this masterful presentation of the birth. The rebirth, that's the name of it, rebirth. So this is Jada reborn. This is Jada reborn as she is transitioning out. A new Jada now enters into the Shy. Classic, family. Chanel, you was crying. I see you. I know, family. I know y'all was touched by this. Look, we've been rocking with them for 7 years now. You know what I'm saying? We've been locked in with this family for 7 years now, fam. Come on, man. I know this was very touching for a lot of y'all out here, fam. I know for sure. So this is why they called it rebirth. Of course, you know, Tiff having a child, right? Rob's being reborn. Rebirth, right? She called him Rob. He's reborn. Rob is reborn. Jada's reborn, rebirth. Wild, right? Did y'all put that together? I hope y'all did. Hit that like button, fam. Man. So, right here, this was another exposure, and we kind of had an idea. But of course, now that the book is finished, Bakari's book is finished, he's bringing it to Professor Gardner. Professor Gardner saying, okay, we got to edit it. We got to edit it to perfection. We got to do this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, just like Papa called Zeke dad, Professor Gardner called Bakari son. And Bakari said, you know, with all due respect, you know, I'm not your son. But then again, another touching moment, they was all in the fields with this one. The writing was real strong in this one, fam. The writing was real strong in this one. And your man said, you know what? I know you're not my son, but you're kind of helping me heal through this process. And we all know that Christian was Professor Gardner's son, and Christian was unalive. Remember, Christian was the one that was, you know, kind of dating Kesha a little bit, right? Or seeing her a little bit, you know what I'm saying, while she was working at the bookstore, you know what I'm saying, in the whole nine. Yeah, they had a little bit of moment, whatever. And this was, yeah. So again, touching moment right here too. You know what I'm saying? Like we knew that he always looked at him like a son, but literally, like Professor Gardner was just trying to spend time with Bakari and help Bakari because he was trying to have a moment with Bakari like he was Christian, yo. You know what I mean? Like real touching stuff, fam. The writing was strong on this one. Super strong on this one. For real. Okay. Speaking of Bakari, let's stay on Bakari, fam. What do y'all think about this? Now, I was not expecting this. A couple of things I wasn't expecting. A couple of things I wanted I didn't get. But a couple of things that I was pleasantly surprised about, right? I was pleasantly surprised about this right here. You know, about Bakari and Lene getting back together, but I was surprised at the fact that she wanted to get her own place and wanted him to move in with her. I didn't see that coming. I can't say I saw that coming at all. You know what I'm saying? Not mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all. She know he somewhere, right? She knows that he's sleeping somewhere. He probably told her, yeah, I'm staying with, you know, Nuck or whatever the case is. You know, he's kind of exposing a lot of stuff. I mean, he told her last episode that, you know, he knows that Nuck took out Rob, right? So he definitely trusts her. And I guess she's getting to the point that she's opening up where she is trusting him because he's finally opening up to her. And even though he made the mistake of following Nuck and all of this and that and chose them, the streets, over her, now that he's kind of like coming around, and she wants to make a move. Now, again, I don't think she's moving out of the Shy. I think she's just moving somewhere where she got her own place. You know what I'm saying? And she doesn't want to move Jamel and Dom. We didn't see them. We didn't see them either. We didn't see Jamel or Dom in this. So, yeah, man, it's like Lene's moving on. She got her own money. She saved up her bread. Now she want to have her own place with Bakari. What y'all think about that? Do you think that's a good move? I think Lene is good for Bakari. Excuse me as I have a drink. Again, spoiler fill, family. I think Lene has always been good for Bakari. But again, Bakari has to really transition out of the streets, man. Get away from Nuck as far as he can. But once you win the game, it's hard to get out. That's supposed to be his man. Like he immediately was like, my job is to protect Nuck. Bruh, you doing a bad job because this is like the second time, bruh, that somebody rolled in and was about to pop Nuck. You're not doing a good job at protecting your mans. If you're the number two, he the number one. You're not doing a good job. You had the headphones on, you typing. Roslin walks right by you, goes in with the strap, about to pop Nuck while he's smacking cheeks. Not doing a good job, bro. I think you need to quit that job, get a new job, because you're not doing a good job at all. So, what do y'all think about Lene and Bakari moving in together? You know what I'm saying? What y'all think about that? Connecting, reuniting, not just moving in, but you know, she said, I love you. He like, I love you too. So like they getting back together. So we got two people, again, rebirth, another rebirth. This is another rebirth. All right. That's the name of this. Good. They doing good, man. If y'all put it all together, another rebirth. Their relationship was dead when he decided to run with the streets. But now that they're coming back together, this is a rebirth of their relationship. Put two and two together, right? I see y'all in the chat, family. Again, you want me to read your comment? Absolutely. Send the super chat so it can be highlighted. It's a lot of folks in here. Hit the like button, fam. I appreciate y'all for coming through as we go through this spoiler-filled first reaction, family. Again, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Before you leave, hit that like button. Go watch it. Come back. Check me out. All right, check out the video. Again, this is a rebirth to me as well. Right? Name of the episode is Rebirth. This is a rebirth to me as well. Because as Jada has given her some wise words and has always been like a real mother to Kesha, in my personal opinion. Jada has always been that real mother-in-law. If Emmett and Kesha were married, she would be the mother-in-law. So she's literally been like her mother for seven seasons, for the most part. And what she said to Kesha was very touching. Like, you know, there's a couple of things she said. She said, never lose your voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, never lose who you are. It's great that you supporting Emmett, but don't forget your dreams. And then the other thing she said was that she put money aside. Come on, man. I know your eyes is... I know. She says she put money aside so Kesha can start her homeschool. Come on, fam. Be real. Be real. Keep it real with yourself. Come on, man. Kesha had no idea. You know, that little stash that Jada had, and she gave, you know, she gave Damon some money so he can try to clear his debt or whatever. That stash wasn't even for her, man. That stash was for Kesha, man. You know, she had a stash to just have a stash, you know, but she saved up some money so Kesha could have her own home school. She said, never forget your voice. Like, it's cool. It's good that you supporting Emmett and all this and that. If you decide to get married, cool, but never forget who you are. Never lose yourself. But here's some money. I'll save some money for you. Start your own homeschool. Fam, come on, man. I know you was like, you was trying to hold it back, B. Good writing. Really good writing. Really good writing. And then this happened, right? Now, if you watched it, Midnight Crew, if you watched it, man, we knew this was coming, but the way that they did it was great to me. And again, my first reaction was an 8.5. I think I'm going to bump it up to a 9. Because I've been saying this all season. Shout out to the Shy for not just sending Jada away and letting her just disappear and we be like, okay, she's gone. No, they did it responsibly. They did it great with the storyline. They allowed Jada to see her granddaughter, Jada, before she transitioned. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was chef's kiss, man. Like, it was... So yeah, we've been mad at the Shy for a couple of seasons. You know, a lot of different changes, throwing new characters in that we don't even care about, like all of this and that in the past. You know, part 2 of last season, we was mad. I was personally mad. You know, before that, it was some Valentine stuff. I felt like they lost the edge, you know, to the show. You know, a lot of different transitions, man. But them bringing it full circle right here, the way that they are doing it, man. Shout out to the writers. Shout out to the actors. They put on a great performance in this season for real to allow Jada to transition in this way. Shout out to Jacob Lattimore who plays Emmett, man. You know, I think who was it? Nels, my Shade in the City girl, Nell, she mentioned it. She said, yeah, I think these were real tears coming from Kesha and coming from Emmett. And I believe it, man. Because us having to let go of Jada this way and Darnell, just real touching, fam. Real touching. Real touching, fam. You know, I'm not even going to lie. Like, you know, of course, some of us still have our parents and God bless y'all. But, you know, I mentioned it a couple times. I lost my dad. And to watch this, again, it wasn't triggering, but definitely it was familiar. You know what I'm saying? To watch your parent just transition. You know, at least he came after the fact. Same thing with me. I saw my dad 2 days or a day before he passed. I was in the hospital all night with my girl, with his wife, and we was just sitting there. He had tubes down his throat. He couldn't speak, nothing, man. So we was just sitting there holding his hand, praying over him, and the whole nine. You know, and just seeing him for the last time before, you know, that day I was going to work, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna go to work. You know, I was working at the bank. I was like, yo, once I'm done, then I'm gonna go see my pops. And that morning, as soon as I got there, his wife called and said, yeah, he transitioned. And then I came and saw him, and so I felt Emmett at that point, you know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't there to feel her transition. Darnell was. And that was the same thing with my pops. Like his wife was with him when he transitioned, and then came after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Like came after the fact and saw him. So yeah, real stuff. Shout out to my man DeMarcus Vaughn for the $2 super chat. He asked me, how do I feel about Tracy? I mentioned it earlier. I guess you didn't hear me. You know, I'm not mad at it, but again, I kind of understand why she's leaving, because she really doesn't, there's no purpose for her even being there. Like her best friend is gone. There's no real love storyline, you know what I mean? For her, like the whole Charleston, you know, he a player, he just hit and move, stick and move. And Keith, that's been done, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah, DeMarcus, it was touching seeing them together, man. And she was just like, you know, you still looking beautiful. I talked about that briefly. But yeah, man, it was just touching to watch this right here. You know what I'm saying? She always made her feel good regardless, and they've been there for each other. Even while she was messing around with Duda and that whole thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, great writing on this one, man. They put their foot in it. They definitely put their foot in this one right here. And yeah, man. Super touching moments. Yeah, man. Felt it. Okay. Let's keep going. All right. If y'all seen it, y'all know what's up. Yep, Alicia's gone. I called it on our predictions or what it looked like. You know, we said, you know, I mentioned it that she was actually supposed to go the end of last season. That's what I saw an interview that she was supposed to go last season, like she was supposed to have been gone, but she did so well last season that they kept her on for one more season. And she wearing that red, and your girl Roslin is the one that popped her. Again, did not expect it to be Roslin. I thought it would have been Reg because Reg was robbing the house, right? Thought it might have been Nuck, but not Roslin, right? Like Roslin actually believed, yo, Nuck is a great liar, man. He's the greatest liars of all liars on this show. And Roslin believed him. Like the dude, you know what I'm saying, convinced her. And she was like, well, I never like her anyway. You know, and it is what it is. So she's gone. And yeah, This is the part that was wild to me, right? Because so hold on, let me back it up a little bit. Let me back it up a little bit. Let me see. You know, where's it at? Where's it at? Because Tiff actually spoke to Roslin, right? Tiff actually spoke to Roslin. I mean, Tiff spoke to Alicia. Yeah, Tiff spoke to Alicia, and she was supposed to go over there and see the baby, right? So they had a whole conversation about. Oh, okay. I gotta go more deeper into the archive, fam. Yeah, they had a whole conversation, fam. And do I even have a picture? Yeah, Alicia was supposed to go over there and see the baby. Okay. And she's like, yeah, I named him Rob. She's like, I'm so proud of you. You know, you made me so happy. I'm gonna come over there, da da da. And that's when Alicia was talking to Tiff. And that's when Roslin came in and with her hands up, talking about, yeah, and then popped her. I was like, wow, B. I honestly did not expect that to happen. I really didn't expect that to happen. I really didn't. But your girl is gone, man. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? Were you expecting that to happen? You know, she played Candace, right? Acting like she was Terry. And when Reg and Candace and Keith figured it all out, they all figured it out together. Then Reg was like, yo, get her to go to dinner, right? Get her to just say it's an emergency, whatever. And then they met up for dinner. And, you know, Candace acting like, yeah, you know, I want to get away. And Alicia's on some like, yeah, I make people go away. Don't worry, I'm going to protect you. While Reg was robbing Alicia's house. And turn around, Candace is like, yeah, you know, you don't look like a protector. You look like more of like a predator, right? And Alicia got up and left. Yeah, man. Like, that was pretty clever for them to do it that way. But your man robbed the whole spot, B. He went up and robbed the whole. Let me see if I got that. Your man robbed the whole spot, B. He got the red coat and the whole nine. Now again, I asked last time, do you think this was Alicia's body, or do you think it was just a coat and he was robbing a spot? Some of you said they thought it was. One person said they thought it was Alicia. Everybody else said he was robbing a spot. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? So yeah. He robbed the spot. And got mad joint, got everything, man. He got the jewels, he got some money, he got some bread. He was passing out the bread to the crew. My question to y'all is, what happened to Jackie? Again, that's why I brought it down to 8.5, because they didn't spend on certain things that I wanted them to spend on. They never utilized Jackie. And I guess that's a good thing that Jackie wasn't there when Reg robbed the house, the first house. Because again, Reg didn't have a strap. And if they was, you know, probably would have been a shootout if Jackie was there. You know what I'm saying? When the cops came to get Reg, you know what I'm saying? And then they would have got charged with armed robbery and then turn around. He would have been locked up for a long time. He wouldn't be able to get out so easy with that bail, with the bail money, you know? So yeah, man. I hope she ain't stupid enough to wear that thing in public, yo. Like I said, I hope she's not stupid enough to wear this red coat in public no time soon. Okay? Especially after this whole thing. Now, again, I was kind of mad at your boy. Like, yeah, he spent the night with Nora, came through to work to protect her. Now she's gone. He's touching on stuff. He's feeling on stuff. And had the dumbest idea to say, I'm gonna put her on the couch. I'm gonna put her on the couch. Calls Victor over there. Victor's like, we can't touch the body, man. I'm gonna put her on the couch, you know, whether you help me or not. Bugging, tripping, bro. Nervous, crazy, right? All he's thinking was, I'm going back to jail, right? Let me put her on the couch. Bro, you tampered with the evidence. You tampered with the body. You tampering with stuff. He knows that. That's why he said what he said. Man, we can't touch the body, man. But then he helped them And now they got blood on their hand. I know I did roll my eyes, yo. I did. I rolled my eyes. I was like, yo, what the heck, man? This part I was kind of mad about. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, these two know better. They could have just left the scene like Nuck. Nuck was smart. Nuck was like, yo, I see what's going on. Let me get up out of here. Let me wipe the doorknob with my shirt. So there's no evidence that I've been there. My fingerprints are not on there, bruh. At the tip, asked him to go over there and check it out because she hasn't heard from Alicia. He goes over there, sees the body. You can't see it because my head is there. Sees what happened. He backed up, wiped up, and got out of there. He's smart, right? Street smart. That is street. That's what you call being street smart. These numbnuts, he calls him over there, right? Tiff is like, yo, what happened? What happened? What happened? Right? You know, what happened? You got a call. What happened? He's like, I gotta go. Oh, I'll tell you. Because he didn't even know. Like, you know, Sha didn't tell him that Alicia got popped in the whole nine. Didn't tell him over the phone, which was a smart thing to do. But still, he couldn't tell Tiff what was going on. You know what I'm saying? So now, again, she is still his alibi. Because he was there with her all night. All right? That's why he ain't going to be locked up for long. Him and Sha not gonna be locked up for long, but still it's like, bruh, why you touch the body? Not smart at all, family. Not smart at all. So I'm just like, bruh, yeah. This part kind of made me like, You know what I mean? I see y'all. Team Reg, huh? Team Reg. So yeah, man, this is the part that I was just like, bruh, you just not smart. This guy, street smart to the fullest. Like, he is a compulsive professional liar. This is the second time. First it was Alicia rolling up on him in the bedroom. Now it's Roslin rolling up on him in the bedroom while he's smacking cheeks. And he's still alive. So what was I not happy about? I wasn't happy that Reg and Nuck didn't go at it. They didn't spin the block on this whole war thing because you remember how, you know, Reg went to Nuck's house talking about, yo, I want the mob back and all of this and that. And then after a while, I talked about it on my last live. After a while, it was like, well, I'm running the mob, and if Reg wants protection, Jake come to me first and tell him to holler at me. You know what I'm saying? It just, they didn't spin the block on Reg trying to take over the mob from Nuck. They didn't spin the block on that. Maybe they'll do it in season 8. Maybe they're just holding out. Jackie, we didn't see Jackie in action at all. So what was the whole point of getting Jackie on the show? To be like, yeah, I want half. I'm a shooter. I know how to shoot. See how I'm shooting these guys on the video game. I'm good at that. I don't want to fight because my face is too pretty. All of these lines, and then I only see one line from her after the jewelry guys get caught and Reg is trying to figure out who was the rat. They didn't spin the block on finding out that Hannibal was the one that gave up the address and gave up, you know, stuff about the robbery. So they didn't spin on that either. Hannibal getting paid. He getting paid now. Hannibal still down because he went and picked up Reg after Reg robbed the spot. So Hannibal getting paid even though he the rat. Hannibal right there. Hannibal getting paid. They passing money around. Keith is there. Keith took Candace to go see Alicia, keep her busy while Reg and Hannibal, you know, Hannibal was there and Reg robbed the spot and Hannibal picked him up and got him out of there. Hannibal's still around. So that's another person that's still around that we thought was going to get popped, but he's still around. We still ain't see Hannibal's wife's sister. They didn't spin on that either. See, now that's why I'm taking it from a 9 to an 8.5 where I was in the beginning, because a lot of stuff they didn't answer our questions. And they may be holding out till, you know, season 8, I guess. But still, you know, we're used to, you know, finding out something in the beginning of the show and kind of getting that answer at the end of the season. But again, I guess they holding that out. Maybe they spin on it. Maybe they don't. Maybe they think we're going to forget about it. I just wasn't too happy with that, with that part. No Jackie, no action. Hannibal didn't get caught. We didn't find out who Hannibal's wife, Angie's sister is, even though she was talking about her sister over and over and over. You know what I mean? So a lot of stuff, what they didn't spend a block on, they didn't spend it on, and that's kind of why it was not a 10 for me. It's not a 10 because they didn't, they started something and didn't answer the question. You know what I'm saying? Jackie's in Forest. Okay, but still, answer my question before you let her go to Forest, bro. Answer my, you show me that she is the shooter that she claims to be, so I could see her do something. She ain't do nothing, bruh. Couple lines. You the snitch. I smell a snitch. That's the last time we saw her at the table, bruh. Last time, bruh. You know what I mean? So they didn't spend on that. That's why, yeah, I'm knocking it back down to 8.5, man. But shout out to Reg and his masterful plans and figuring it out. I said he was going to figure it out. He did. He did. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with these two, man, for real. Like, I want Shy to win, yo. I want him to finally win. He been losing and losing and losing all this time. Now he got locked up. This is his alibi, so he ain't going to be locked up for long. But I want Shy to win, yo. I want that to happen, even though he made a stupid mistake with that whole moving the body thing. Like, why you do that? Alicia's out of here. Jada's gone. Kesha, again, rebirth. What I was saying, I didn't finish my point. Kesha is the rebirth of Jackie. I mean, Kesha's the rebirth of Jada, not Jackie. Jada. Right? So that's why they're not leaving the Shy, because as Jada is gone and Darnell, we're going to find out what happens with him. He's just going to be grandpa helping out the fam. Kesha is the new version of Jada. Baby Jada is the rebirth of Jada. But Kesha is going to play the role of mom. Now, you saw that in the last episode where Damien was smacking cheese with Zuri, and Zuri was under the bed. And Kesha came in and did the same thing that Jada did to her in season 1, episode 1, when she was hiding under Emma's bed. What's your name, girl? Jada. You want some breakfast? Yeah. Right? That's what Jada did to Kesha. Now, Kesha did that to Zuri. What's your name, girl? Zuri. You can come out now. We got some smokies. You want some? Yep. Same thing. So, she's the new Kesha. She's the new Jada. All right? These two getting back together, rebirth. Is he finally going to get his book out? Is Professor Gardner going to really be that father figure for Bakari? He already has been. Will Bakari give him the opportunity? He said, I have a hard time bonding with people. And he's like, obviously, I read the book. I know. I see why you can't bond with people. Touching moment. We had the baby. We got new baby Rob and baby Jada now. Right? Your boy Nuck gets away again. These two are getting back together. Rebirth of relationship. Man, what a season, man. What a season. What's gonna happen with Roslin now? Now that she got revenge, what else are we going to do with Roslin? Is Roslin gonna come back now and act like Duda? Is that even in her to be like a Duda? You know what I'm saying? But Nuck is in the way. So I don't think it's gonna be like that. She ain't gonna be like Duda because Duda was running the whole thing. Let me know if I'm breaking up, fam. Let me know if I'm glitching, all right? Again, spoiler fill, fam. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Go watch the finale. Hit the like button before you leave and then come back. Hit me up. Let me know. If you want your comments, we got a lot of comments coming through. Hit that like button. If you want your comment read, highlighted, send me that super chat. I will definitely read your comment, but I'll read a couple of comments too. Reg with his wise plan. That's a good look right there. I like that. Reg getting the money. Your man being lied to. He got to get away from Nuck. Nuck gonna carry him down, man. He gonna get caught up in Nuck's lies. Next thing you know, Bakari out of here. But rest in peace to Alicia. And congratulations to now Tiff. Where's Tiff at? Congratulations to Tiff now being the Empress as I predicted. The Empress to the Empire, man. They had the whole will set up. So now, yes, your girl is the new Empress of Alicia's Empire, along with Little Rob. So now she's going to be running everything. And because she trusts Nuck, she's going to be working with Nuck. More so now than ever because Alicia's not over her shoulder talking about, yeah, I don't want you to give any attention to Nuck. Will she find out in the next season that it was really Nuck that took out Rob? Because she did not find out at all. She got an idea. She got a hunch from Alicia. But she didn't get the actual confirmation that it was Nuck. They're going to drag this out, obviously. It's going to go into the next season. Is she going to find out? Let's see. Let's see what happens, fam. But she's the new Empress. That's how it's going down, fam. So again, if you just came through, hit that like button, fam, and also give me your rating. Yeah, it's been about okay. Good timing. Yeah, that's all the picks. That's all that I want to talk about. What did I miss? No Drake. But what did I miss, family? What did I miss? Or what things that we talked about what did I miss, yo? What didn't I talk about? Drop your comments below. Again, spoiler filled. We went through the episode here. All right. What did I miss, family? Anything. Let's see. Roslin is behind the scenes type of boss. Okay. Let me read your comments. Steven says Emmett and Kesha is staying in the Shy. Yep, they are staying in the Shy. That's right. They are staying in the Shy. And that's what he did tell Jada, yeah, I can't leave. You know what I'm saying? What would it be like a man like me leaving, right? What would it be like leaving the Shy behind? You know, he got to stay. You know? Let me end it. Yeah, I was going to end it with this. They are staying in the Shy. They're not leaving at all. You know, a lot of y'all said, yeah, if they leave, it's the end of the show. And you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah. What's up, peoples? What's up? I see you. DeMarcus says, I wish we had a scene with Alicia, Rashad, Wendy, Raquel Robinson, Lynn Whitfield together. Yeah, that would have been dope. All right. It was a good episode. I'm shocked that Tracy's leaving. Yeah, I was too, my guy. Bruh, you know that's heartbreaking for me because, you know, Tracy's like one of my faves, you know what I'm saying? Like on many different levels. So I was super shocked too that she was like, yeah, I'm going to leave. I'm like, man, I mean, I guess again, when your best friend is gone and transitioning, you know what I'm saying? You know, like what you say, just G. Yeah, she just left all that. Like we ain't see The Rock. The whole season, we ain't see nothing about The Rock. We ain't see nothing about the community center, the whole movement. We ain't see nothing even mentioned about, maybe once, mentioned about Rock. I think when Charles came to pray with her, and Keith was there, and then Keith told Charles that she lost her son, and she's like, yeah, you know, I ran the organization. That was the only time I heard The Rock and that whole community thing mentioned, and then that was it. So yeah, she just gonna leave The Rock behind, man. Antoine says, I'm shocked that Jada has passed away right in front. Yeah, that was wild work, right, Antoine? Wild work. But at least he was there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, Darnell's one of my favorite characters, fam, and at least he was right there by her side. You know what I mean? Like, at least it wasn't like he went to the room and came back, she was gone. He was right there. She was laying in his lap. You know, they put the covers on her, and, you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Steven says, Rosin Perry, she probably always wanted to get rid of Alicia. Yeah, because she had her suspicions. Even back then when they had that conversation, remember in the first episode, she had her suspicions that it might have been her, even though she said, yeah, you know, it was Nuck or whatever the case was, right? But she was just acting all nonchalant. Rosin was acting all nonchalant, like, all right, well, thank you. You did me a favor, da-da-da. But then all of a sudden, again, that's why I was like, Roslin coming back, it didn't make sense to me because of the attitude she had. And she was like, well, as long as we don't got beef, I'm out of here. But then she comes back because she remembered that dude that told her, whoever takes me out, take them out. What's up, Bitchy Music? I see you. Hey, how you doing? Vacay VIP members, my subscribers, my Vacay MVPs in the building, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it kind of, that's another reason why I said 8.5. If you've seen Mitchy Music, if you've seen the episode, the finale, definitely chime in below. Let me know your rating. This is a spoiler filled. We've been on for like an hour now, a little bit over an hour. Spoiler filled. What's good? What's good? I appreciate you, Poppy. What's good? What's good? Salute to you. Thank you for coming through. Antoine says, yeah, I know that was kind of a sad moment in the scene. Yeah. Okay, Mitchy Music, you rated a 9. Yeah. I think the Marcus, you rated it a 9 too. Yeah, I did 8.5 because some things didn't spin on a couple of things that I thought they should have before the end of the season. But as long as they address it in the next season, I'm okay with it. Yeah. The Marcus, you said Alicia is with her son Rob and Rob's father Lorenzo now. Yeah, that's right. Let me go back a little bit, see a couple things that y'all said. Yeah, man. So some of y'all say 9. I say 8.5 because Tracy's leaving. I didn't expect that. Doesn't look like when people leave, they come back, obviously. Right? Once people leave the shy, they don't come back. And we don't see anything like Kevin in California. We're not gonna see that. We're not gonna see Maisha out there. Papa and Kenya getting back together. I want that to happen. I think that'll be good for him. And then, Papa kind of getting the father that he always wanted. I wanna say that in a weird way. Because Papa always admires Zeke as a minister, but now, through this whole Snow Bunny thing and Zeke getting back together with his ex-wife, that's a pretty good example of a man who has made a mistake and is now trying to redeem himself to be a better man. So that's a very good example of what we as men go through and how we can redeem ourselves through starting to do the right thing, doing what we're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So just speaking from a male perspective, I think Zeke now where he is a better male figure for Papa and is okay with Papa getting with his daughter because he sees that he is a good kid. And Papa did his thing. You know what I'm saying? Papa did his thing as far as helping him transition out of that whole Snow Bunny situation and everything, the old promiscuous stuff to now having his new church and being on that next level. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man, DeMarcus Vaughn with another super chat. Appreciate you, my guy. He says, not making a scene is the premise of the cut budget and save money now in shows. Yes. Yes, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. Like budgets getting cut. I remember the whole conversation again. We talking industry stuff, right? I remember the whole conversation of I forgot who it was, but they were just talking about how after season 4, I think they were talking about Ghosts. Maybe it was 50, maybe it was somebody else, but they was talking about how after the 4th season, the raises have to happen, right? If it's in the contract, after a certain amount of seasons, these actors are supposed to get a raise. Right, so now we on season 7. They probably already got a raise, and they probably, Showtime shelling out that money, Paramount Plus shelling out that money, Paramount shelling out that money for the show, because the show is actually now becoming a better show. It was good before, then it was like, and that part 2 of that last season was just like, but now with this season right here, I think they have, for me personally, they have solidified themselves as far as being like, yo, this is a solid show, man. This is a solid show. So yeah. They gotta make room. They have special guests. I don't know if we're gonna see Wendy again. I believe that they probably gonna keep Karuchi Tran around now because she's actually in a relationship with Damien. Damien, he ain't nothing happened to him. He's staying around, right? So we're gonna see him and all the fumbles that he makes and how these two are going to help him transition through these problems, whatever the case is. Zuri gonna be around and hopefully we can learn more about her to trust her. Yeah, man. Lene, Bakari, Kenya, Papa, Zeke, Carolyn, Shad, Nora, right? Tiff, Victor. That's still up in the air, right? It's still kind of up in the air. After he gets arrested, I wonder what Tiff is going to say. After Victor is arrested and in jail with Shad or whatever the case is, and Tiff finds out that yeah, her the grandmother of her baby is gone and they were there and kind of involved. Like I think she gonna go off because you know Tiff, man. Tiff, she reactive. You know what I'm saying? She just impulsively reacts without getting all the details. You know what I'm saying? That's just how she is. Like how she reacted when, oh, you didn't tell me Reg was still alive. Da, da, da. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the way that they write her, she's very reactive more so than logical. And then once things start to kind of come forward, then she kind of puts the pieces together. Then she's like, okay. All right. What you say, Havana? What's up? What's up? Havana says Emmett needs to realize that Nuck is a threat to him, his kids, and Kesha and Ronnie. Hell, he is even a threat to Tiffany and Rob's newborn son that he was robbed or raising. Um, at this point, no. I would have to disagree with that. At this point, we've seen how Nuck has become kind of part of the family in a way that Emmett and Nuck have kind of bonded on a fatherly level. And that Nuck is going to protect her because she is the mother of his child, but then at the same time protect the whole family. You saw how Nuck stepped up when Emmett had to fire Damien and they had that conversation and spoke. It was real quick, but you could tell Nuck and Emmett have like a mutual like respect relationship now. That Nuck would go and have Hannibal hire Damien. You know what I'm saying? So Nuck is actually looking out for the family because Keisha's the mother of his child. And he's not really a danger to them the way that he used to be. You know what I'm saying? When there was friction between Nuck and Emmett, that's when it was like kind of like, yo, Nuck could do stuff to them, da 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 da. But now, after months have passed, I mean, you could say this has been 9 months, right? They had the babies. 9 months. It's been 9 months. If you really want to look at it, it's been kind of like 9 months since they've been pregnant or, you know, a little bit longer than that. So time is going by. And Nuck is really not a threat to them, but Nuck is a threat to Bakari. Nuck is a threat to everybody with the lion, man. The lion thing is that's what it is. All right. You know what I'm saying? Antoine said, please get rid of these, MVPs, please get rid of these weird statements, yo. Please, like you can remove the statements. You don't gotta put them on a timeout. If they say another statement, then you can put them on the timeout. Antoine says the series was pretty good, but it was kind of like a messing puzzle. But they still got to get it together. Yes. When season 8 opens. Yeah, they got to answer some questions. They got to answer some questions quick. That's how they're going to lock us in. You know what I'm saying? They're going to lock us in with that. All right. Thank you, Mitchy Music. I appreciate you. They're going to lock us in with that. And they got to, out the gate, they got to like answer some questions for us. What happened to Shad? What's going on? Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. Definitely. Thank you for coming through. They gotta answer the question. What happened to Shad and Trig, right? Victor, right? We got to see what happens as far as Toussaint, right? And her son. You picked up Rob, but then he gets bail. Did that help you at all? Right? You reneged on doing what you said for Alicia. Is that going to come back and bite you? You know what I'm saying? So we got to find out what happens with that. Let's see. Havana says, I agree. I disagree. Emmett is only tolerating Nuck because of Kesha. Nuck because of Kesha. Emmett and Kesha find out that Nuck unalive Rob. He might want to move out of Chicago. Emmett was more cool with Rob than he was with Nuck. I get it. I get it. Look, like I said, I'm not saying that Nuck and Emmett are tight. He may be tolerating them because of that. But you said he was a danger to him. And I disagree that he's a danger to them right now. So everything you said is correct. But you said initially that he was a danger to them. So I was answering the fact that, no, Nuck is not a danger to them. We'll see what happens. We'll see how they write it. We'll see what happens. Thank you, Mitchy Music. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. So, again, drop your comments below. Drop your rating below. Family, I thought this was a solid ending. Even though they didn't spin the block on a couple of things that I wanted. You know what I'm saying? But overall, the respect that they gave Jada, the newborn babies, the wild robbery, Reg figuring things out. Again, they didn't spin the block on the Reg and Nuck war. Hopefully they address that and they start this war of Reg trying to get the mob back next season. Because how you going to go to the dude's house, threaten him to take the mob back, and nothing happens? I thought that was kind of like, They didn't spin the block on that. I told you I'd be mad at it. I told you I would be mad at that if they didn't spin the block on that whole Nuck and Reg war thing. The rebirth of Jada and the baby, and the rebirth of the mother, the strong mother in Kesha, as Jada has now transitioned, rest in peace. The rebirth of their relationship, love it. The rebirth of a son, love that too. Okay? This is the rebirth of Christian to Professor Gardner in Bakari. Yeah, we thinking over here. We using our noggin. You know what I mean? Jada getting to see baby Jada before she transitions. Your man doing what a man is supposed to do, which is to hold down the woman that he cares for, regardless of how she treated him. When she wasn't really feeling him, he still stepped up and did what he was supposed to do to take care of her and the baby. So real men do. Real men, regardless of how they feel, step up and take care of the people that they care for. Right? That's what real men do. That's what they do. We got to get this weasel out of here, man. We really do. We really do. But family, will Roslin come back again? Will we see her pop up again and just pop out and come back and hit up Nuck like, you lied, I figured it out? or will she just disappear into the darkness, man? Because, again, we wasn't expecting her to come back. She came back, got lied to by Nuck. Nuck is the real unaliver. He unalived Duda, and he got away with it. He unalived Rob and still got away with it. Is she going to come back and be like, I figured it out. It wasn't Alicia. It was you. And then she pops Nuck next season. We'll see. All right. Reg got to go at Nuck, man. And if that don't happen next season, I'm going to be mad at that whole thing that they setting us up, right? Bakari survived. He survived through the season. He's a survivor. Right? Now, if anything happens to him, his book will be his rebirth. right? All right. I think that's it, family. Again, thank you for joining me today. I just wanted to do this early because I got stuff to do. But this is my first reaction. Look out for me. I'll probably be with my Shade in the City girl, Nels, and we probably will be discussing this more in detail and going through it and giving our reactions together on Saturday, I believe, at noon. So look out for that. I'll probably be streaming right here on VACAY-JayTV. So just keep your notification bells on. But this was a spoiler-filled first reaction to The Chi. Again, shout out to the Midnight Crew and everybody that's seen the finale. Again, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Come back here. We at the end at this point. If you watched the whole thing, you know what happened. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody, man. All my VACAY VIP members, everybody, and oh yeah, thank you again for rocking with me. This is 10 years, family. 10 years on the platform of YouTube. They just sent me the new achievement. So been on the platform for 10 years, but we're going on 4 years. Going on 4 years? Yeah, we're going on 4 years of doing recaps, reviews, and everything else like that. You know what I'm saying? So keep rocking with your boy, man. Let's go for another 10 years on this thing. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. We are fastly approaching. We are here, right here. We're at 1966. Thank you for getting us over 19,000. Let's keep this going. Share this out. We need more subscribers. We need more VACAY fam. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, fam. Thank you, fam, for the congratulations. Let's keep this thing going again. It's only been 4 years, going on 4 years of doing recaps, reviews, and stuff like this. But yeah, been on the platform 10 years. I mean, yeah, shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the fam. Let's keep it going for another 20, 30, 50. You know what I mean? Let's keep this thing going. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Thank y'all for the love. You know what I'm saying? What do I think about BMF? You know I'm going to do another live on that one. So look out for the next live on BMF. You know, I'll do a first reaction on that, and then most likely we're going to do a whole live discussion on that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, BMF review is coming. It's coming. It's coming. Look out for that. Keep your notification bells on. But shout out to all of y'all. Thank you for your love and your support. We're going to keep this thing going. It's your man, VACAY-Jay. And until next time, salute.